the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand open arms, this is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
There you go, ladies and gents. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm joined tonight for the first time to Joe Cast with Avo. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. A nice long day at work, but as always, some fun Call of Duty. I've really enjoyed recently casting some games. I've had a bit of involvement with a couple of the European leagues, and it's a good fun. It's a good card. Every game I've casted has been close. I'm hoping, for your sake, that we get another gauntlet on the go.
I hope so. We'd love to see much games as COD as possible. The last couple of games I've had actually have been Swift 3-0s, but they've been close hard points, like to the wire, where it was like 4 or 5 seconds difference. I'm like, oh, it could have been anybody's win. S&Ds were a write-off though. It was like a 6-0 almost, pretty much. So that's a write-off. But hopefully we don't get that today. Hopefully it's a closer matchup, but it is two teams that I've not seen before yet myself, either in Division 8 here in the ECL. It's Syfer Trojan versus Unbound Esports. So we're going to get to see names that we've probably never seen before, or maybe not even recognize. I'm not sure you'll see any names that you'll recognize either as well, but you just never know. Maybe you have seen them in your short period of picking up some games for the cast recently. But yeah, the maps and modes, you're going to have to tell me what you think about these as a selection going forward. Hardpoint, double set of Hacienda. We're going Hardpoint and then a Search and Destroy, and then a Vault Control as the first three maps. What do you think?
Well, I'm an advocate for Hacienda. In my mind, clearly the best map in this game right now, because it's the only map that they've brought in that was designed for multiplayer versus the newer generation maps that I kind of have to sort of filter into both the Warzone and multiplayer side. So double Hacienda, I think Hardpoint on this map, it's a bit of a skill check in terms of your teamwork, because Hacienda Hardpoint's a bit more team orientated versus some of the smaller maps like Skyline, for example, we get later on in the series. That's a lot more stack heavy. You can kind of win it with just pure trades and gunfights rather than having sort of fundamentals. And then moving on to the Vault Control, to me it's very reminiscent of like an Invasion from last year, where it's quite a simple map to play, but one bad forward down and you immediately go into a very bad spawn trap on either side. You either get trapped, back P4 or behind the art building, or on the reverse, you get trapped behind your ammo, and then you've got a very hard set of gunfights to win to clear it. So, very punishing map, but very simple map. All about the catwalk, I always say.
Yeah, always. I really like watching Skyline when it comes to Hardpoint, which because it's so quick and fast paced. That's one of my favorite ones to watch, just because it's just action constantly all the time. But the problem with, as a colorcaster and controlling the colorcast, sometimes it feels like you're just switching cameras every 2 seconds because there's so many deaths. That's the only hardest part about it, I guess. But every other map in here, you don't really see a red card very often. That seems to be a veto quite a lot of the times here. But the fact we're actually getting to see it potentially if we go the distance in a map 5 should be an interesting one as well.
Mm-hmm. Red card's always a weird one, because even in ranked, you never really see it. So in terms of repetition, I feel like the team that has, the most amount of teamwork, the most amount of reps, probably will come out on top in that one. But it could mean we could see some kind of oddball plays, some throw something at the wall and hope it sticks moments, and hopefully not just 18 B hits in a row, because coming against the Castle recently, it is quite literally teams running it down that B site and hoping to win a 4v4. So
well, that's the one thing I hate about watching a Vault S&D is it's pretty much A, and he's just like, oh no, somebody do something different, please. B, and then there we go. It's the 1 for 1 and 1 for 1 until somebody eventually breaks the hold in the end. But yeah, or sometimes it just keeps going away and it's 6-5 and it's around 11 every single time, which gets a bit boring. But that being said, it's not going to get boring at Hacienda for sure for Hardpoint. No, I'm sure. We're going into map number 1 between these two sides of Syfer Trojan and Unbound Esports. Let's see where the action starts off and where we kick the things off with. Syfer will be, I've seen them last night as like a different team, like one of the other teams in their division. They were playing pretty decent, so I don't know how well they communicate together as an organisation, whether they like work side each other or do some scrims against one another or not. But I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they've got some extra tactics from the teams up in their higher leagues working alongside them. So we'll see where we kick off and see who's going to start off strong here. As Governor from Syfer Spectre will watch on board with first off.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the break-offs here, because what I've noticed in the different divisions, teams seem to prioritize different sides of middle on these break-offs. A lot of teams prioritize the top right side. You get that rock control, it makes it a lot easier. Or in this case, an all-out spread. Both teams looking for both sets of the top side at the same time. Early gunfights going to Unbound. And now we get to see this control. You can see if we're pushing through that right side, they flip to the rock spawn for the side of the Trojans. And Unbound now get that initial control and are now going to spread the map and look for trades.
Yeah, getting the free dead and the feed instantly opened it up for them to get that spawn flipped on their side. And for P2, it's definitely the side you want to be on, the more favourable side here. But SSK is trying to stay alive here. Up top, inside that catwalk, hoping to keep the spawns their side. But LG Governor and 0-0 will find some kills in the feed. Free dead goes the way of Syfer Trojans, but the time's not going their way. But at least they've managed to get that break and get that hardpoint in control for them, for P2 inside the Lambo. And they just need to get somebody back at that statue, I think, to kind of solidify their spawns.
Yeah, no, we're in that sort of transitional period now. The side of Unbound looking for that low side rotation through the fences. Now we're going to pick up these players in the back. You see these split spawns come in. This is new to Hacienda. This was not in Black Ops 4. Normally with the quadrant spawns, you cause an instant flip by being back there. But because of squads, you get these weird sort of parallel spawns. So it's very important to try and stay alive back statue. And even if you can, get out front rock. Because as you can see, with Unbound's case, when you do both, you get this really nice pinch. And are able to clear the hill out pretty easily and cause a fences lower spawn for the opposing side.
Certainly, you got all 4 players of Syfer Trojan deciding to go in through the front. There we go. This is all bombard that point. 24 seconds left on the time here, but it's back and forward from the kill feeds, and Unbound Esports seem to be winning the gunfights more favourably to get even more time on the score here as they are starting to build a wee bit of a lead, but nothing major. It's going to be getting set towards P3, and you can see the player number 6 that's making the rotation round the back. There's going to be met with 2 players of Syfer Trojans though already nearby. Who's going to be the first to win it? 0-0 does win the gunfight now. Another player, he's going to try and set up in the back. Kez is going to run straight into him, but he'll win that gunfight, thankfully for him. And now could be the trades coming in as Leto does get that trade on Keza, and Syfer Trojans have plenty of numbers around the new hardpoint, and we'll start to pick up some time and hopefully get that score back to a level playing field here.
Yeah, no, but both teams really sort of playing it from the front here. You know, a lot of trades, a lot of quick gunfights and engagements, not too many routes coming in. And with Hacienda, the way this new version of it plays, you can essentially play every hill from both sides. So you just flood it in, play the trades. As you see here, as the Unbound Esports team sort of stack up around the fences. And due to the actual front pressure here from the Trojans pinching in from connector, they're causing a split. So Trojans have to kind of react here to both sides at the same time. And it's looking like they're going to get the clearance and should be able to trade out number 6 here, which is Kitten, flooding in the outside fences. Look to secure that scrap time. And they've already got Leto on the rotation here to Rock.
Yeah, there we go. Moving on towards Rock. You got 2 players that fall straight away there for Unbound Esports. One of them does win the gunfight. That's Keza, but he's eventually found by Cicada, and then all of a sudden, Syfer Trojans have taken the lead. They've got themselves in a good position here, set up for this Rock hardpoint, and you can see the players of Unbound Esports going towards that P2 side spawn, trying to come in through that garage. Cicada is just continuing to go on. Both players doing pretty decent there. All I'm pretty positive in the Syfer Trojans side. Not so the same for Unbound Esports, as you do have Kitten finding a difficult scenario, but Leto was on a wee spray there as he does eventually get found. Kitten does get the kills, but the higher point is still in control of Syfer Trojans as Unbound trying to make a break through the front.
Yeah, no, this rock hill now in the recent version of this map is an absolute bloodbath, because the lower hops used to get in the Black Ops version of this game, as we see a clean wipe in the feed for the Trojans side. 1v1 on the point here for Cicada. He's going to win it. The red dot Jackal, interesting take. But we do say the Jackal can do it all, so why not get like an AR and really try it? But the removal of the lower hops, they basically makes this hill an absolute money hill now, when it used to be a very scrappy hill with lots of jump ups, lots of quick trades going on constantly. You kind of get this a hard to break hill now with that lower side taken out. And as we move on to the next P1, you see the side of Trojans are looking for that top open control to really sort of stabilize themselves now and try and get a foothold. They've got a 40-point lead, and if they can really rally this P4 to one chain, they could look to be in a very good position going into the next P2.
Oh yeah, certainly can, and they're starting to do a relatively trade back and forward here in the kill feed, and it's all about Gunny trying to find that gun. He does get one pick there, and the spawns are going to be in favour of Unbound Esports here, going towards P2. Still 20 seconds to play for the one P1. Now, do they give it up a bit too early here and potentially give even more of a lead here to Syfer Trojans, and they'll still be able to pick them through in the back because they've not actually got that statue position held out. But as we mentioned, Gunny will start to make that rotation round, but Free Dead in the feed, you can see them spawning out already, even though Gunny is in the statue position. The gunfight, 0-0 doesn't win it. Gunny finds the win, 5 in a row, but he's still back there. But the P2 is in favour of Syfer Trojans as it starts.
Yeah, it's a little bit split from Unbound. They're sort of in 2 minds, whether they want to pressure the scrap time and sort of play to break, or play with more fundamentals and try and hit the hard rotation as the clearance does come in. It's a big 2-piece from SSK there on the pinch, and now we see a potential hold here for full 60. You can see all the positions are in. They've got front on lock, they've got middle lobby pinch on lock, and they're really going to start to funnel these Trojan side through the front. It's looking like a classic Black Ops 4 attempted break here, 3-man through the water, and let's see how it plays out. Trades are coming in. It's going to be quite a difficult jump for the Trojan side. They have to time it quite well. looking like the kills are coming in. Kitten and Keza pick up 2 as the kill feed goes pinstripe. Both teams picking up kills. 0-0 trapped in the water. 18-11 though, having a good map, hopping up with the pistol, going to find the shots onto the Lambo, but will be traded out. Leaves it to a 2v2 side door, and there it is, the clearance from Trojans again. It just feels like when the map gets scrappy, that's how Trojans want to play. They want to make it more gunfight oriented. They don't want to really play with these, extreme amount of fundamentals. They'd rather it be scrappy, whereas Unbound seem to try and want to slow it down, and just right now they can't seem to get the kills to really play that way.
Yeah, when Unbound slow it down, try to work their way in, they do find that magic to break on in, but Syfer Trojans just end up sending it full send into the hard points in different directions, making sure it's really difficult for Unbound to deal with. In the spawns obviously gets flipped, and then all of a sudden Syfer Trojans are in the hard point and they've got some more time and they're keeping that lead ever so slightly. But as we speak about it now, 30 seconds is the gap now, and Unbound Esports are holding on, but there you go, as we say, all 3 of them players come flying in. It's 0-0 triple kill. All the kit is needed, and that's perfect to break on through into that hard point and give themselves a little bit of time here with 20 seconds left on the clock. The rotation back towards that rock side. First pick over that end does go their way of Unbound Esports, and they're going to make that rotation now and have players set up early on.
Yeah, this is going to be a big moment right here. I think this next wave of kills is going to be a huge impact on the game, because as it's seen right now, it's been a bit back and forth with Trojans sort of always getting the back 20 of every hill. If Unbound can find the kills though, as Gunny does pick up 1 to really lock down this rock hill, you could see a grey hold, and as we say that, Gunny finds all players and really gives his team a good fall, but the trade battle comes in, this absolute bloodbath that is the rock, as both teams smash in together, and unfortunately it's looking like in the end Trojans, again, when they make it scrappy, they make it work, and they do pick up that initial break and break the setup of Unbound.
Yeah, it's crazy that you could go on and get a triple kill on the hardpoint and be instantly broken still. Like, crazy the amount of pressure that Syfer Trojans are putting on here with their numbers. Just making sure they're full sending it into these scrappy scenarios, finding the gunfights, and even with a pistol in hand, he's managing to do the work. Unbound Esports though, do get a little bit of a contestant, but 12 seconds left. We're going back towards P1. Our first set of rotations are about to begin. Or who are we going to start on board with? Kitten is looking to find the first pick, but LJ, Governor and Zero are all cross-mapping them because they're in that perfect window sight position. Spot any players coming from below. Governor's gunshots are a bit iffy there as Keza slides on through, wins his gunfight, finds a second. Now he'll hop the zone, but doesn't see the player lying in the ground, and at least the teammates are there to trade it out. And Unbound Esports will get back on the time, 43 seconds here, but you can see that Syfer Trojans are not far away from that 200-point margin.
No, not at all. And what you're seeing here is as I would describe, it's game management right now from the Trojans, right? Unbound seem to get a little bit of fold, a little bit of pressure on the hill, whereas Trojans are perfectly happy to say, that's okay. As long as we keep breaking, the back 30 of every hill, we will win the game purely off of attrition. You do not have enough time to keep splitting time with us. You need to get a full 60, in which not going to let you by overwhelming pressure. As you can see, consistent gunfights. They don't mind it being messy as they flood in through the hill and really just want to make this as contest heavy as possible, because, they have the lead. At the end of the day, white time for them is good time.
Yeah, exactly that. White time is always good time, but they're also going to have that spawn still side on towards P2. And this is a position where if they hold well enough, they could potentially win it here on P2. But we know how close it's been bad going forward with the trades here as Keza slides on through, finds 1, tries to turn and find 0, but he manages to at least win that gunfight. Other than that, SSK does the work in the hardpoint to find a couple of kills, but Leo's going to deal with him, and a second. That's 3 in a row, and he's cleared the zone once again, and Syfer Trojans are now within 20 seconds of winning this hardpoint, and it could be done here because there is nobody nearby. Keza gets that back spawn, does find a pick, but they have to start sending it in.
Yeah, it's going to need to be perfect right now from Unbound, but Leto has a word to say about it as he gets the 2. He's make it 3 with the pistol, and I think that's been the story of this map. It looks good for Unbound, but when the kills need to come in, Syfer Trojans will make it happen as they eclipse the 250-point mark and take a 1-0 lead in this series. Like I say, it's an interesting battle. It's sort of fundamental ideas versus raw talent right now, as Unbound have good moments. They look like they're in great positions, but the Trojans just come in like a hammer and just win all the gunfights. You see 2 players there nearing the 40-kill margin. When you got an AR and an SMG popping off like that on Hacienda, you can make anything work, really.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised Leto's kills in the end there wasn't actually the best play. Gunny gets the 3-piece there for that best play, but you can just see it in the kills there. Leto 37 and 23, 25 being non-traded kills as well. Even a 34 from 00 is fantastic effort on the map, but it wasn't to be for Unbound Esports. It was all about rotations. They were getting them in, but maybe a little bit too easily broken into from Syfer Trojans. They just sent full send into the point, and it was winning it for them.
Yeah, no, it seemed to me more like it's the information game. Like, Unbound be in position, but they'd be so spread, worrying about so many different lanes, that all it took was Trojans to get one pick, stack as a team through that gap they've created, and then immediately break the hill, just for sheer pressure.
Yeah, definitely. Let's change all these settings here so we can get ourselves. I'm not sure if they're changing lobby codes or if they do. We'll have to wait and see. But after map 1, with the way that Syfer performed there, how do you see them faring when it comes to that search and destroy now on Hacienda? Slightly different game mode, slightly different style of play. It's not all about full sending it, that's for sure. But some teams in S&D, the lower divisions, tend to want to do that style.
Yeah, I feel like the reason you tend to see that, right, is that it's a way of sort of making S&D really simple, because if you full send it as a team, you're either winning the round in 30 seconds or you're losing it in 30 seconds, because you're basically making it a 4v4 gunfight scenario, versus trying to do maybe some of these like intricate strats where you're playing for picks in certain places. You might not have the teamwork to do that, so instead of overcomplicating things, making it difficult for everybody, just say, well, if we just all hit A, get our nades in, we win our gunfights, we win. So for the side of the Trojans, I feel like you're clearly the hotter team gun skill wise. So I would like to see them play aggressive, try and take map control. For the side of Unbound, you want to read that, okay? They feel like they're better than us. They will play aggressive. They will try and take things off of us. So if we can hold our positions, predict rushes, maybe get some information early on, we could probably play some isolations, trap some players, and work some picks.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what Unbound strategy definitely needs to be if they want to try and see if they can get themselves back into the series. They're 1-0 down after the first map against Syfer, but it's still anybody's game. It is anybody's game. It's a best of 5 series, so win one here for Unbound. You've got yourself an opportunity to at least go to map 4 and see where you are from there, but we could still go the distance as well, because it might not always be over. Thank you guys as well for the follows that are all tuning out. I am hearing them, but because I'm joined by Alf, we're going to keep the chat flowing. We're not going to be caring about what you guys are doing in the chat. Sending me, I'm just hearing Lord of the Rings theme tune. I don't know if you're not hearing it, probably.
I'm not, no, but I can imagine.
I'm just hearing that epic theme tune of the Lord of the Rings blasting through the eardrums as they're spamming.
Yes, the Fellowship riding strong. Gondor calls for aid, and your chat is answering.
I was trying to say here, he's making words of acknowledgement that I'm going to learn from and maybe get a better player myself, and or caster too. But we're going to send it to the replays just now, hopefully they were working, and we'll get a little bit of break before we start for map number 2. At least trading back out, keep himself alive near that zone.
Yeah, no, it's good. No, it's fine. I'm trying to sort of bounce with you. You're very like sort of play by play, which I quite like, because then I can sort of just come in, put a bit of color commentary, and let you take the play by play again. It's quite nice, actually.
Caden, no, at least trading back out, keep himself alive near that zone.
Mm-hmm.
You got 7.
The way I've always looked at casting, right, and I'm not a caster myself, but just from sort of listening to cast, it's a conversation, right? One person says their thoughts, goes to another person saying their thoughts. Obviously, big moments, like you had the reaction to the free piece from Gunny. I was a little bit delayed on that, so it's quite nice to do it. So I kind of knew he was going to win the last gunfight, but it's always those moments are fine because they sort of elevate the tempo. But as long as you're just like allowing each other's thoughts to come through and you're not talking over each other, it just lets it flow. And that to me that felt like it just flowed. Like I didn't feel like we were talking over each other too much at all, really. Quadrant spawns, you cause an instant flip by being back there, but because of squads, you get these weird sort of parallel spawns. So it's very important to try and
be getting set.
Yes.
And you can see the player number 6 that's making the rotation round the back.
Yeah, I have to like look over to my left to see you.
Syfer Trojans already nearby. Who's going to be the first to win it? 0-0 does win the gunfight now. Another player, he's going to try and set up in the back. Hez is going to run straight into him, but he'll win that gunfight side. Not so the same for Unbound Esports, as you do have Kitten. Finding a difficult scenario, but Leto was on a wee spray there as he does eventually get found. Kitten does get the kills, but the higher point is still in control of Syfer Trojans as Unbound trying to make a break through the front.
Yeah, no, this rock hill now.
No doubt. But as we mentioned, Gunny will start to make that rotation round, but Free Dead in the feed, you can see them spawning out already, even though Gunny is in the statue position. The gunfight 0-0 doesn't win it. Gunny finds the win 5 in a row, but he's still back there. But the P2 is in favour of Syfer Trojans as it starts.
Yeah.
all the kit is needed, and that's perfect to break on through into that hard point and give yourself a little bit of time here with 20 seconds left on the clock. The rotation back towards that rock side. First pick over that end does go their way of Unbound Esports, and they're going to make that rotation now and have players set up early on.
Yeah, this is going to be a big moment right here. I think this next wave of kills is going to be a huge impact on the game, because as it's seen right now, it's been a bit back and forth with Trojans sort of always getting the back 20 of every hill. If Unbound can find the kills though, as Gunny just pick up one to really lock down this rock hill, you could see a great hold and
on the hard point and be instantly broken still. Like crazy the amount of pressure that Syfer Trojans are putting on here with their numbers, just making sure they're full sending it into these scrappy scenarios. Here we go, ladies and gents, we're back. Map number 2, Hacienda back again. This time Syfer Trojans are 1-0 up. It's an S&D round though, so it's a different scenario here. We'll see where we go from there. Can Unbound bring it around back? Get themselves into contention in the series. We're starting off with a very strong push from Syfer Trojan straight through up in the top and looking for the early gunfights, but Keza holds back, finds the first pick. And then he'll be instantly traded out there, as Governor does manage to trade him out, but it's a 3 versus 3 scenario now.
Yeah, a bid for early open control coming in from the side of Trojans. I expected a nice little stack play for the trades, really to try and sort of getting info on the other team, because right now they don't really have anything, right? They can't go B for free. They don't know if there's players there. They also don't know anything about A. So right now they're almost baiting the rotation. They want Unbound to sort of commit to something. And if LJ's patient enough here, he might be rewarded, as one is going to shoulder him, but they are going to check the corner. Gunny with the read will pick up that kill. It's a very big kill to swing it to a 3 versus 2 scenario. And based off the trades, they should be able to isolate these players coming through the bottom line area. Is it the kill? I say that 0-0 though, finds the big gunfight win onto Gunny himself. 2 versus 2, 20 seconds left on the clock. It's getting very scrappy. Sakada will find Kitten. 1 versus 2 now, all onto SSK. And it looks like they've actually baited the rotation. He thinks they're going A, but they've quick wrapped it to B, and it's going to be a hard map reset and a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, difficult scenario here for SSK. It was typical that you switch over the person because they got a kill, instantly expecting a player to trade him out, and the other person gets the kill in the feed, so we miss out both the kills. Sadly enough, the codcaster would be fun like that, but SSK is in this situation where he's going to have to try and find something, but they're obviously watching it from that window side. Tries to extend the bomb a little bit, but doesn't get the win there. Syfer Trojans spot him on the bomb, instantly win the round. Good start.
It's a good round right there from Syfer. They're almost playing sort of Black Ops 4 Cold War-esque S&D, right? You stack as a team and you just force the trades. You almost play like a Wolfpack mentality versus the map spread of Unbound. So if that's what Trojan's going to do, I'd like to see Unbound maybe try and bait them in and pinch them a lot more and sort of play traps, because if they're going to stack as a team, they're going to give up so much control of the map. So if you can react to that, play off the info, oh, they're all top open, well, that's fine. Let's all just go pinch A, collapse the map on them.
This time you're seeing Unbound on the attack. They're going through that garage side here towards B quick, but you see on the mini-map here as well, on the left-hand side, on your north side, you're seeing all the players of Syfer Trojans also doing an early push-up. Leto's going to be the first one there to get into a gunfight. It's Gunny again, they're opening up with that first blood. SSK will get another kit and gets another, and there we go, it's 3 dead. It's all down to 1, and 0-0 is going to have to find the ace in the round to even win this one. The bomb's down on B.
Yeah, it's a tough scenario. 1 versus 4, not a lot of time. Has to try and find all these players. Going to spot one in the corner. Actually goes to the ninja defuse here. This would be unbelievable. Surely the check has to come in, and I'm not going to see it. We're still not seeing it. Someone's got to turn around. It's a 1v4 ninja defuse from absolutely nowhere. Oh, heads and hands for Unbound. I was about to say, they played that round so well. They actually baited in Trojan's aggression to get a ton of picks, expecting a stat to come through. They did everything right except for check the bomb. Oh, so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
SSK looked every other direction other than back towards the bomb as well. He's looking across inside the doorway, back towards the garage side. Didn't look. Just kept going back.
Yeah, the communication there. Keza gets to the boathouse, and then SSK probably thinks, well, they can't come front without Keza seeing them. But unfortunately, the timing works out to perfection for the side of the Trojans as the 1v4 defuse comes in, and they chain that straight into some early pressures. Leto straight down the top side of the map, picks up 2 towards Plat, opening up that A bomb site. If the rotation can come in, it would be clean. However, if you actually look, number 1 is actually playing for this quick pinch and will find SSK. It's all sort of falling apart for Unbound as the reads are coming in, but Gunny, if he has anything to say about it, he is their talisman. He will find one and turn this into a 1v3. Let's see how he works it.
There we go. Leto finds him in the corner. Not a
yeah,
bad
it's clean.
It's
very clean.
It's Syfer Trojans starting off the way that they ended the hard point, just constantly winning aggressive gunfights.
Yeah, and I feel like Unbound here, they just need to take some minutes to slow the game down a little bit. I can imagine a 1v4 Ninja Defuse probably will play hard on your mental in the middle of a series, and they could risk potentially getting snowballed out of the map here by a very aggressive side if their teammate doesn't remain on point. So I feel like they need to just take a breather, slow the game down, run one of their comfortable strats and play for the picks. You know the aggression is coming. It's definitely coming now they're up 3-0. So try and get some early pressure and sort of slow the game down here, work some rounds.
Yeah, this time they've made it towards that A side bomb site. See 3 players pushing down that B side. Shikada gets a trade out on Kitten after he finds Leto, but the bomb will go down towards A. It's going to be a 3v3 situation. They're going to have to find that retake of your Syfer Trojans, but they're going to go full send instantaneously looking for the picks. Keza in a good position to find Governor. Traded out instantaneously though. Cicada will slide on through and find Keza. Sees a second as well. Is he going to find SSK? No, he does weaken him there, but doesn't get the gunfight win. But at least 0-0 finds Gunny. Cicada will find the other, and that'll be the round over. Diffuse going in.
Just like that. It's the teamwork's just on point. You see all these little bits and switches. It was Governor topside, bits out Keza for a trade, and when you have numbers advantage off of the trades right there, all it is just teamwork, and SSK gets a bit of unfortunate timing, turning around at an awkward time when that player drops middle. I think that's Cicada as the collapse comes in. But when you have players trapped and pinched in, that's what you're playing for. You're making them have to look to so many different angles and sort of playing timing. And I always say this is an S&D. If you make somebody have to guess, you will win probably 80% of the time.
Yeah, certainly. I'm never a big fan of S&D, to be fair, in terms of that, because I'm always too hesitant of any game play that I do, no matter what I'm told to do or what I should be doing. So these guys are a little bit more drilled and scrimming a lot more and probably know a lot more of the strategies in terms of what you should be, where you should be positioned for certain gunfights on the map of Hacienda for sure, especially since it's a return of a map, a very popular map at that as well. But the kills are going all the way up, pushed up. Kitten finds 2. Got a bit get on board with Kitten now and see if he's going to be found at the 3rd. Is he going to get the ace now? Opportunity's all on him, but his teammate is going to be in a gunfight with Governor. Governor gets out at least, but going to run into 1. Finds Keza. Last man alive though in a 1v2 scenario. Bomb is down as well, so Kitten's watching over that. Governor's got the opportunity though to bring all 3 dead as well, and this is his opportunity now. Can he go on and find Kitten and find ace? Is this an ace for an ace?
It could be an ace. It could be an ace for an ace. Yes, whoever gets this gets the ace. Governor there just doing very well to isolate the gunfights. He finds a 1v1 in the lobby, spins around, finds another 1v1 into the stairs. So he's basically made this what was a 1v3 ace into just essentially 4 1v1s in a row for himself, and that's how you got to isolate it. The side of Unbound not really getting together, but Kitten has the knowledge. Bomb is down and has it in lock. Now will Governor check these corners? He has to clear the tin side. Has no info. The slide's surely going to be audible for Kitten here as Governor approaches the corner. Will check it, puts the shots in, and actually finds the ace. It's a 1v3, and just like I said, when things seem to go right for Unbound, they fall apart in the back third of every situation. Whether it's a defuse, whether it's a 1v3, they just can't seem to close it out when the crunch time happens.
The snowball is happening. Feels like it's going to be a 6-0, and I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping Unbound have a way back into this. But they've got to win every single round from here on out to get their chance of winning this S&D. Can they do it? Or are Syfer Trojans just looking to be too strong? As we'll jump on board with, we'll stay on board with the attacking side. Gunny, who's been getting the early picks early on, we'll stay on board with him. He's there pushing down towards his B side through garage, 3-man push, 1 going through mid, but it's only going to be 1 person they're going to come up against with, and that's going to be Cicada if they do go past towards that B side. So they might actually have an opportunity here if they push themselves through.
Yeah, the early pressures come in, and you can see Syfer, they're actually playing this. This is a trap. They want to quickly pinch, but you can see here the side of Unbound are playing for it, but 0-0 does find an early pick there through the open door. A lot of pressure now going to fall onto Kitten as the double pinch comes in. He's going to find one. A second gunfight here over the Lamborghini will be traded out. Governor now makes it a 2 versus 2. Bomb plant's going to be getting up as 0-0 finds the push through, and again an early blood with positioning falls to the wayside as Keza now 1 versus 2. It is map point on the line, has to clutch up to extend this, and potentially we may see a full sale. If not, it is going to be a dominant 6-0 for the side of Trojans. Keza now with the will to do. Bomb down on the B site. Trojans know this. They've got advanced positioning through top office. He's going to have to win a very important gunfight. Shots go in and he can't do it. It is a clean S&D. It is a 6-0 stomping for the Trojans. They look really comfy on Hacienda. A 100-point hardpoint win. A 6-0 S&D to clean up 2 Black Ops 4 Classic maps. And maybe that's their go-to, right? Get as many Haciendas in as possible.
Maybe it is. It's maybe what they figured. That is our go-to maps. Let's get them in and get them locked in and give themselves that 2-0 advantage in the series, in the best of 5. Scoreboard, sorry for your guys in the chat and wanted to look at who did the best performances. Very difficult to see because Codcaster has not been kind to us this evening. However, it was a 6-0, and that is the score that really matters on the doors here. As Syfer are taking a 2-0 lead in the series up against Unbound Esports. We'll be going to a control on a Vault though. Will that change things? Will there be a difference for Unbound? It's a slightly different game mode as well, with being control, like Vault. This could be a round 5 at least, I'm hoping, because it tends to go that way. But with the speed and strength of Syfer with the kills, I feel like it could be a quick 3-0 either way.
Yeah, I feel... I 100%. It might be my first 3-0. I've seen multiple game 5s and 4s, so hopefully they get something on the board. But when I did watch them previously Unbound, they did look quite strong on Vault. The previous series I've actually seen them play, they won a Vault Control 3-1, so they do have repetitions on this in a league environment. But if I'm them, I'm taking a 5-minute break. Like, we lost map 1 by 100 points. Map 2, we had several rounds where we had advantages and should have converted it, but it doesn't go our way. We lose 6-0, and what could have been a 3-3 ends up being a 6-0 loss. I'm taking 5 minutes. Everyone, stand up, off your setups, get some more, compose yourselves, because we're still in the series, and you can easily win 3 the other way in Call of Duty, especially with the maps that we've got here. Vault, as you said, can always go 5. Skyline, a very scrappy map, and then Red Card, who really has reps on that these days. So if you're Unbound, you're definitely still in this. You just need to compose yourselves and start closing out on your advantages.
Yeah, certainly. They had a few opportunities in the S&D as well where they had the man advantage, and it just didn't work out for them. They were caught out self individuals. You don't really want to be doing that. You want to try and at least get the trades if you're the man advantage, especially in S&D. And yeah, if you're not doing that, you're not really going to go on to find some round picks. And Kitten wasn't that opportunity there. He just stayed in the same spot. The only thing that might have been detrimental to him, we never went to check and clear any zones and maybe try and bring the gunfight a little bit somewhere else away from that bomb site and maybe bait that. But that was one of the rounds of the 6 that went down in favour of Syfer. And going into control Vault, I'm hoping they can swing things around here and at least get themselves a map on the board. So we at least see map 4 on Skyline, because I do love myself a Skyline hardpoint. But that being said, we're going to go to a wee quick break here. We'll let some replays here while we set up for the next matchup. Unbound Esports, though, do we get a little bit of a contestant, but 12 seconds left. We're going back towards P1 or on the hard point and be instantly broken still. Long push from Syfer. Trojan straight through up in the top and looking for the early gunfights, but Keza holds back, finds the first pick, and then he'll be instantly traded out there as Governor does manage to trade him out, but it's a 3 versus 3 scenario now.
Yeah, a bid for early open control coming in from the side of Trojans. I expected a nice little stack, play for the trades. Really to try and sort of get a beat, getting info on the other team, because right now they don't really have anything, right? They can't go B for free. They don't know if there's players there. They also don't know anything about A. So right now they're almost baiting the rotation. They want Unbound to sort of commit to something. And if LJ's patient enough here, he might be rewarded as one is typical that you switch over the person because they got a kill instantly expecting a player to trade him out, and the other person gets the kill and defeat, so we miss out both the kills. Sadly enough, the Codcaster be fun like that, but SSK is in this situation where he's going to have to try and find something, but they're obviously watching it from that window side. Tries to extend the bomb, even win this one. The bomb's down on B. Yeah, it's a tough scenario, 1 versus 4, not a lot of time. has to try and find all these players. Going to spot one in the corner. Actually goes to the ninja defuse here. This would be unbelievable. Surely the check has to come in, and I'm not going to see it. We're still not seeing it. Someone's got to turn around. It's a 1v4 ninja defuse. Yeah, the communication there. Keza gets to the boathouse, and then SSK probably thinks, well, they can't come front without Keza seeing them. But unfortunately, the timing works out to perfection for the side of the Trojans as the 1v4 defuse comes in, and they chain that straight into some early pressures. Leto straight down the top side of the map, picks up 2 towards Plat, opening up that A bomb site. If the rotation can come in, it would be clean. However, if you actually look, number 1 is actually playing for this quick pinch and will find SSK. It's all sort of falling apart for Unbound as the reads are coming in, but Gunny, if he has anything to say about it, he is their talisman. He will find one and turn this into a 1v3. Let's see how he works it.
Keza though in a good position to find Governor. Traded out instantaneously though. Cicada will slide on through and find Keza. Sees a second as well. Is he going to find SSK? No, he does weaken him there, but doesn't get the gunfight win. But at least 0-0 finds Gunny. Cicada will find the other, and that'll be the round over. Diffuse going in. But the kills are going all the way up. Pushed up. Kitten finds 2. Gotta get on board with Kitten now and see if he's going to be found at the third. Is he going to get the ace now? Opportunity's all on him, but his teammate is going to be in a gunfight with Governor. Governor gets out at least, but going to run into one. Finds Kez.
What is a 1v3 ace into just essentially 4 1v1s in a row for himself, and that's how you got to isolate it. The side of Unbound not really getting together, but Kitten has the knowledge, bomb is down, and has it in lock. Now, will Governor check these corners? He has to clear the tin side, has no info. The slide's surely going to be audible for Kitten here as Governor approaches the corner. Will check it. Yeah, the early pressure's coming in. You can see Syfer, they're actually playing this. This is a trap. They want to quickly pinch. But you can see here the side of Unbound are playing for it. But 0-0 does find an early pick there through the open door. A lot of pressure now going to fall onto Kitten as the double pinch comes in. He's going to find one. His second gunfight here over the Lamborghini will be traded out. Governor now makes it a 2 versus 2. Falls to the wayside as Keza now 1 versus 2. It is map point on the line. Has to clutch up to extend this. And potentially we may see a full sale. If not, it is going to be a dominant 6-0 for the side of Trojans. Keza now with the world to do. Bomb down on the B site. Trojans know this. They've got advanced positioning through top office. He's going to have to win a very important gun.
Okay, we're back with map number 3. Hopefully not the last map of the series, just for our sake. We want to see more COD on our screens, and especially for you guys spectating, I want to see more COD for sure, and Avo wants to see more COD, but the way that Syfer Trojans have been playing the maps might not go that way.
No, indeed. And Vault is very gunfight eccentric. It's all about catwalk. It's all about early pressure around mid. Let's see, as both teams will essentially almost mirror each other's setups here, as we see a double to the B straight, 2 through mid. Actually, it's going to be a bait, a drop down into the vault here as we quickly go for a B hit. Will the Syfer Trojans elect to push out Art? No, they're going to try and stack the point. The pinch is going to come in here from number 6, which is SSK, and he will find some gunfights trades. It's a team kill, though, as 3 go down here for the side of Unbound. It falls onto Keza to really pick up the pieces, but he will do that. But luckily enough for the Trojans, actually a heads-up player as a wrap comes straight through to the A point. Let's see if they can hold this pressure as the other team breaks through lights.
Yeah, I feel like an early push towards B sometimes opens up that A side so you can also get a tick of progress, which they did manage to do as well onto A. There's also now stacking that A side and trying to get as many ticks of progress as quickly as possible. But Keza does find the 2 players and manages to break it up a little bit for now. But 2 ticks of progress over towards A side. You've got 1 player up top that can maybe stop anything going on here, and that's SSK, who hops down, gets into the zone, tries to find one, does do so, but the other is traded out. Back and forward it goes in the kills, but at least the ticks of progress are still being made on the zone, and their gunfights are just falling everywhere, and we're just going to get that 3rd tick of progress over towards A, and that's going to be a minute added to the clock.
Yeah, a very good early cap there coming in from the side of Trojans now. But a clean 4 down in the feed for Unbound. Now they really need to put pressure on the map, push up, get control of positions. Unfortunately, Trojans were a little bit quicker to get towards the catwalk and really pinch in on that A site, which left Unbound sort of pinned back in their lobby. As now the trades come in, you'll start to see this back ammo spawn now for the side of Trojans. Unbound really need to make this work. They got a lot of time to bleed with a minute 40 on the clock. Tied on kills, but advantage now to the side of Trojans that they are now will fly through the catwalk and pinch in the side of Unbound. You see the back art spawn coming in and a potential collapse as the kills continue to go in favor of the blue squad. That make that 2 for Cicada as it is a 3 down. Nick it all 4 as Cicada finds 3 and the spawn towards back P4. The stack is in. Can we see the gunfights here for Trojan? And will it be a very quick statement round 1?
Yeah, that is a statement if I've ever seen one. If you ever haven't seen that getting used like that with that red dot sight on it, you better start doing it because Cicada's making it work. That is 3 ticks of progress, and Syfer Trojans have a very quick, relatively straightforward round of control and vault. And I mean, when you're killing out like that, and Cicada here, you're going to see it once again, just ripping it up as if it's an AR in his hand. Look at the distance he's winning these gunfights against Keza up top, and even gets the reload in and the kill. That is something that a lot of players just can't deal with, like when you're trying to do that.
Yeah, no, it's a card using an unusual class, but you can just see the comfort is there. It's almost making it like an AR hybrid with the attachments currently on the Jackal, and it's paying dividends. A Maddox equivalent, I guess you could say, because we're on the topic of Treyarch games. But yeah, the early lead, a quick statement round here for Trojans, and if we're Unbound, we need an answer. We haven't had an answer all series, we need it now. Otherwise, we do risk getting ran over in what it will be a very quick 3-0 win for the side of Trojans.
They win the first gunfight of this round. SSK onto Cicada. You've still got Leo though running around the map here on a 5 streak so far, and he's trying to see if he could find more because he's going to get towards that Hellstorm. He does find the 6 there just as we jump on board, and thankfully for him, that's going to be 6 in a row with maybe 1 more kill potential to get that Hellstorm, which could be crucial if it is needed at any point in time on this map to clear the zone. You do have the gunfight though. Kitten wins over towards B.
Unbound. The structure seems to be going away now. They've kind of pulled their sleeves up and gone, all right, let's start taking gunfights. We're trying to do too much, maybe. Let's just start taking gunfights and trying to win them. And currently it is working out as they keep getting the trades, actually split pushing both points at the same time. So this makes it very awkward for Trojans as they kind of have to react to a war on 2 fronts. To your point, if Leo could have secured the Hellstorm, it would essentially be a get out of jail free card for that B point if the pressure's too much. So we're about to see 2 ticks on both points. Maybe both these teams are offensive specialists, as neither team seems to be able to really get any form of control here on the defense.
Yeah, definitely. There's almost the full ticks of progress made. It will be added an extra minute now. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock. B's already at 2 ticks of progress. Gunny tries to jump on the zone, but you've got one player wrapping around the back, going towards that art spot, and he's got an AR. He's not got an AR in his hand, so that's not the best option. But I mean, the Jackal guns from this distance, and you can already see he lights up 2, opens it up now as they start to make their push on down. Keza winning the next gunfight. That's 3 dead in the feed. That's going to be the B bomb, and the B site secured, I think, at this point in time, unless that one player of Leo can do the job, and he's found 2.
Oof. He does enough to get some clearance trades coming in. Cicada picks up the 3rd. That is the player out of their base. Number 8 though, Gunny trying to play spoiler to what could be a big moment. He's going to sneak onto the point and get towards Art and maintain this map pressure as he does get chased out though, and it's a huge play from Leo. When they needed him most there, that 2-piece out of vault just really stops the pressure. It could have been a very quick reply round from Unbound. Now he's going to get dragged out, and maybe that's what Trojans need. Just drag this round out. Even if we lose it at this point, we've made it so slow and so sloppy, we might still maintain advantage.
Yeah, exactly that. SSK though just gets popped out here, and you're going to see Cicada trying to win his gunfight, but Governor, at least from up top, does win that gunfight. Tick of progress made though as Kitten tries to hop around the zone, but he's being traded back and forward. There's only one player nearby that zone, but in Art Gun, he's going to have to try and stay secure here because there is going to be a player sneaking up in the back. That's going to be Governor, who has been up here for the majority of the round. He does get found. Thankfully for Gunny, and that's going to be B, almost secured. SSK is going to get it there, and that will be Unbound with all progress made as well. So a lot better performance from the Unbound Esports squad.
Yeah, but both teams getting 6 ticks, a very even offense from both sides. You can see that both teams are very comfortable, and what I like from Unbound there is the constant pinches. They're constantly pinching Lion and the Cat side of the map while maintaining pressure through the front, and it allows them to keep getting up Art. We saw multiple times Gunny, Keza, Kin all getting up to this Art area, and if you can get up here, when you're trying to attack B, it just creates so much havoc because you start spawning them out towards Catwalk and you're in this amazing power spot to basically clear the point, clear the pinch, and also lock them in.
Yeah, certainly. Right, another attacking round though. Syfer Trojans, you just see the difference. Leto and Cicada are absolutely beaming so far in the map. And Leto will want to keep it going because he's 14-9 so far. I mean, he did manage to earn the Hellstorm, but he went on a nice wave streak of himself, and they're going to push on straight through that A zone. No shady trip over towards B early. They're just going straight towards A, try and full send it and see what they can do early on.
Gunfight wins go their way, but they do not have catwalk control, and you can see Gunny with the shots over the top and Keza, the team shooting on point now for Unbound as the two-man push through to the Jeep, make it a 4 down with all spawns coming towards ammo. Like I said previously, it's all about catwalk, and right now Unbound have it on lock and key, and it just gives you so much control, and they do have them now in the spawn trap. It's going to be a very tough situation here as Trojans now splitting and just taking so many different gunfights, no one really able to get anything going. Finally, Cicada has a reply, and they get that P2 spawn. We need a stack. The trades coming in, a big win from 0-0 as they do relieve what could have been a very scary situation. Now Pinch should come in and is a split free as we get out towards the P4 side of the map and maintain a little bit of control to what could have been a very scary situation.
Yeah, certainly. It wasn't long enough in the spawn trap there to kind of give Unbound a massive lead here in terms of kills. They're only a 3, well, make that 4 life advantage now, but Cicada is on a 5 spree of himself that's managed to creep him way through, and he's going to try and stay alive here as he finesses himself around to find his 6. He's going to turn around on a Kitten, but Kitten will win that gunfight, thankfully for Kitten, because that would have been almost streaks earned as well for Cicada. But I mean, this is just back and forward. Kills are going their way, and it seems to be working in the favour of Unbound as they manage to clear the zone. We've got 28 seconds left and only 1 tick of progress made on that A zone this time round, and a better performance in this defensive side.
Yeah, control really seems to benefit Unbound. I think it's the pacing. It's a little bit slower. Trojan can't get away with their sort of stack-heavy gameplay as much in this mode, and it's really suiting the sort of slower, more methodical style of Unbound as we do find 3 in the feed. Make it all 4. Another split 4. 5 seconds left. That's going to be the round. Last player up, number 3, will get caught. Catwalk, it all falls onto you as he doesn't get on the point in time, and it is a very clean defense. Only 1 tick of progress now, and Unbound with a mountain for Trojans to climb. We need a very good reply from the side of Trojans. I don't think it's possible for them to get defense round 5, so Unbound have really put themselves now in a great spot to potentially close this map out and extend the series to that skyline.
Yeah, exactly. They can be looking to extend it here. It is map point in the hands of Unbound, but they've got to do it on an attacking round here if they want to win it straight out without having to go to that round 5, but they have the upper hand. So far, all they need to do is get 2 ticks of progress. They'll guarantee themselves that defense, which normally tends to be the stronger side. So, I mean, that's what they need to be doing if you are Unbound. 2 ticks of progress earned, guarantee that defense. But if you can finish it out here, you will win the map. You will go on to that skyline. I'm pretty sure that's what they want to do early on, but they don't win the first gunfight. Says Cicada will find 2, but the ticks of progress are being made. SSK will get the trade out onto Cicada eventually, but there is that 1 player just down below. He's going to spot that as well as SSK finds 2 in a row, and they'll get that tick of progress made towards A, and we've tied things up. Even Stevens. And
now it's all about kill battle, and right now Unbound are winning the kill trade. It's close, but it is slightly in the favour of Unbound though, as SSK continues this streak, 6 in a row, nearly 7 there, a 0-0 with a big life actually, 2 on the pit catwalk, drops down, gets both off of the point, and manages to stay alive, making this absolute carnage in the middle of the map for the side of Unbound. Nothing able to come in as Cicada over the top finds 2 with the Jackal, and now we get a split 4 down. Number 8 Gunny though, it can potentially play spoiler here as he's hiding out in the lobby, looking for any sort of lurk kills. They do seem to have a read on him though, and that kill is going to come in, and now we have Unbound in the same spawn trap that they found Trojans in. Let's see if they can break out.
Yeah, this is the hard part now for Unbound. They need to find their way out. They're bound to destiny to go to this round 5 as it stands, but 0-0 as 4 dead, and Unbound are getting absolutely put in the blender. 28 seconds left. Can they fight through it? Kitten does get the gunfight on the outside here. We're trying to take it towards the mid of the map. He does win another gunfight, but that's huge for opening on towards B. Governor, though, who sat there in art for the majority of the round, the last round, manages to win the gunfight. Progress stopped, halted, 11 seconds. Keza beamed. They do get onto the zone, though. 2 players on. The gunfight still going to 0-0. He's found the 2 of them. At least number 6 of SSK stays alive. 5 seconds. They need to get on the zone. There's going to be 2 players coming in for the pinch.
They just need this tick. They're completely down on kills here, but if they get this tick, which it looks like they're about to lock in, I don't know, has it come in? The trades come in. It's a split 4 down. It is in. That is defense last round for Unbound. It was very scary there. If they didn't get that tick in time, they got slayed so heavily in that trap, they actually lost their kill advantage. So that is a very big tick right there. Kitten with a huge play, just getting alive and getting through lights, making 2 kills. And even though 0-0 nearly played the absolute spoiler through the money room, the Kitten does enough just to get that tick in and give Unbound the tick advantage going into the last round. And we shall see how this plays.
Yeah, let's see. Is the defense going to be holding strong this time around from Unbound, as they did do a fantastic job on their first defense? Can they do it again onto Syfer and get them into that spawn trap down towards that A site, maybe even towards that hot tub area where you want to kind of push them towards? The Syfer Trojans, I'll be trying to get on to this point as early as possible and try to win these early gunfights. They will find in the first blood, finds a second, turns and it's all 4 dead in defeat. Unbound Esports are going to lose ticks of progress rapidly here as all 4 players are stacked.
They should be A gone here. They don't have much to do. All it takes in VOD, as I said, is 1-4 down. And they are going to elect to contest it, but it's very late on. The point's already gone. But a turn and burn out of Gunny. A huge win right there. Potentially get some momentum in. Maybe louder a roll and keep it going, but Cicada is trying to play spoiler, but the split 4 does come in. That was a huge gunfight in the lobby to stop any pressure onto the transition to B. But running up the map, Unbound are getting caught. They need to get these trades. Gunny with another answer back. And like I said previously, Gunny is sort of this team's talisman. When they need him, he does step up a lot. Let's see, though, if he could change some of these kills here and get the spawn trap. They got a lot of time on the clock, 2 minutes to drain. But if anyone could do it right now, it will be Unbound in these advanced positions. And look at SSK all the way up, pushed ammo. He's going to force these P2 spawns in. They've actually got Syfer Trojans here in the ultimate spawn trap. If they can just secure these kills, as Governor, though, is going to find 2 on that top side of the map. And 0-0 is going to answer back with a huge win on the Keza.
Yeah, the gunfights are just looking like it was going to be an Unbound Esports win, but somehow Syfer Trojans get their way through it, managed to get some map control down towards that west side. But there's actually, oh, I missed the Hellstorm. Who's got that Hellstorm? 0-0. I didn't even realize he did one. Wow. That must have been some rapid plays that we didn't witness it there, but Governor finds a gunfight at least up here in money. Now Cicada on the other side wins the gunfight in art. SSK at least manages to fight that through, but you got 3 players in and around that B site. 1 tick of progress has been made and Cicada is still gunning completely. He's 35 kills so far and it looks like this could be all the map secure that they need. They've got the progress, they're getting ticks made. The contest has to come in.
All on cares about the team kill from the car bomb. Gunny 1v1 for the map and he's not going to win it. That should be all. She wrote Cicada with 36. The red dot jackal coming in. He does it all. Sub AR. He will make it work as Trojans make their stamp. And similar to the previous map, like I said, Unbound, they're in great positions to really close these series out, or at least rounds out. They have the defense last round. They have all of the momentum. They've got the control of their spawn. They've got them spawning P2, but the gunfights just do not go in their favor. As Cicada was just lurking through this top bar and just picking up kill after kill with the jackal, making it look like he could do anything on this map.
Yeah, I mean, everybody pick it up. Red dot onto your jackal, get yourself laser beaming, do every single roll you wish. 36 and 24 he goes in this one, 29 non-traded kills, a total of almost 4,000 damage. A solid round from Cicada, and that means it does sadly end there. It's a 3-0 and it's in favour of Syfer. It's not the way we wanted it to go, Avo, is it? Sadly.
No, the very first 3-0 I've actually witnessed in my cast. I think I've casted 5-6 games. That is the first time I've seen a 3-0, but you can't argue with it, right? Outside of that last map, Syfer Trojans, it's dominance. It's a 100-point win. It's a 6-0 win. And then even though that last map vault does get a bit sort of hectic, a bit sort of crazy, you saw that the last 2 rounds, the defense, where they nearly completely stomped them out and got a bit unlucky to not get a last round defense for themselves. But even though they went to the offensive end, that's fine. We'll run it down as a 4. We'll trade out. We'll get that 8-point immediately and we'll chain it into something more as we can win the gunfights on transition. So yeah, no, just better teamwork, better trades, and Trojan just seemed a bit more up for it. Unbound a little bit lackluster in that series.
Yeah, certainly. Just a bit, little bits of things that were coming together in that control. I thought they had the answer for it and they were going to win that one. Sadly not. it wasn't for them to be going into a map 4. But Abo, if you were to pick one of the members from any of the teams as your MVP, who would you think deserved of that?
I think it's got to be obviously someone on Trojan. To me, Cicada speaks for me. Solid series all round in all modes, really. I think even in the S&D, I think he had near the second or third highest damage on his team and a decent performance in both map 1 and map 3, and map 3 especially taking over to close it. And to me, if you're someone that can close a series out, you're the big person that steps up when you need to just end a series. That's more important than anyone that could pop off early. So to me, it's got to be Cicada. The Red Dot Jackal really came in.
Yeah. Definitely. Red Dot Jackal. I was waiting to go and tongue tie myself there by trying to say that. Red Dot Jackal. It comes out on top. Cicada, your MVP. I was going to pick the same player in my head as well. I was waiting to see if we were on the same wavelength, and it feels like we were, Avo. Thankfully, we can see what's going on at least. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad for watching what's going on. Thanks for joining me for the cast. Sadly, it wasn't as long as I was hoping it to be. But I mean, hopefully we can do this again because I felt that went pretty well. And it's a wee bit more practice for me working alongside another co-caster, which I'm not used to doing. So it's good fun. How did you enjoy it?
Was good fun. I was going to say I'm very, very green to casting myself. I've been a player more than a caster, so trying to sort of stay in tune with another person on top of that, also sort of speaking my own thoughts but not getting too sort of into the color commentary side to where I'm missing the action on the screen. That's the really challenge for me. I'm paying attention to the minimap, and I'm looking at a single player making a route and taking a 1v1, then I miss a 3-piece on the screen from somebody else. So that's really the challenge for me. But no, it's fun. I enjoyed it. It's nice. The production's definitely a little bit more high tech than mine. So it's been fun.
It comes with time. You'll get there. It's easy. I can pass you everything you need over to you, and you can practice away with it. It's good fun. It's good fun. Yeah, I really do appreciate it, though. Thanks for coming along. And yeah, definitely, when there's any games, even if you want to do it on your stream and you want to do your own cast, if you want to invite me over, I don't mind coming along and helping you out here and doing some casting as well. I'm alongside you, but I appreciate it for coming along. And we're going to send it to them little replays from that last control map while we head out. And thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you for all the follows and everybody else that's tuned in, and to Swamps for the tier 1, the bits that were sent from Cicada when you're meant to be in the middle of a game. I don't know when they were sent, but they were effortlessly sent when you were not in the game, thankfully, I hope. Or else that is definitely an MVP for performance if you can send that and still get 35 kills in the map. GG to you, and yeah, we'll catch you.
See you later, guys. Fight eccentric. It's all about catwalk. It's all about early pressure around mid. Let's see, as both teams will essentially almost mirror each other's setups here, as we see a double to B straight 2 through mid. Actually, it's going to be a bait, a drop down into the vault here as we quickly go for a B hit. Will the Syfer Trojans elect to push out art? No, they're going to try and stack the point. The pinch is going to come in here from number 6.
That A side, trying to get as many ticks as progress as quickly as possible, but Keza does find the 2 players and manages to break it up a little bit for now, but 2 ticks of progress over towards A side. You've got 1 player up top that can maybe stop anything going on here, and that's SSK, who hops down, gets into the zone, tries to find 1, does do so, but the other is traded out. Back and forward it goes in the kills, but at least the ticks of progress are still being made on the zone, and their gunfights are just falling everywhere, and we're just going to get that 3rd tick of progress over towards A, and that's going to be a minute added to the clock.
Yep.
Added to the clock.
Yeah, a very good early cap there coming in from the side of Trojans now. But a clean 4 down in the feed for Unbound. Now they really need to put pressure on the map, push up, get control of positions. Unfortunately, Trojans were a little bit quicker to get towards the catwalk and really pinching on that A site, which left Unbound sort of pinned back in there to make this work. They got a lot of time to bleed with 1:40 on the clock. Tied on kills, but advantage now to the side of Trojans that they are now will fly through the catwalk and pinch in the side of Unbound. You see the back art spawn coming in and a potential collapse as the kills continue to go in favor of the blue squad. That make that 2 for Cicada as it is a 3 down. Nick it all in the trades, actually split pushing both points at the same time, so this makes it very awkward for Trojans as they kind of have to react to a war on 2 fronts. To your point, if Leo could have secured the Hellstorm, it would essentially be a get out of jail free card for that B point if the pressure's too much. So we're about to see 2 ticks on both points. Maybe both these teams are offensive specialists, as neither team seems to be able to really get any
guns from this distance, and you can already see he lights up 2, opens it up now as they start to make their push on down. Keza winning the next gunfight. That's 3 dead in the feed. That's going to be the B bomb, and the B site secured, I think, at this point in time, unless that one player of Leo can do the job, and he's found 2.
Oof. He does enough.
Straight through that A zone. No shady trip over towards B early. They're just going straight towards A. Try and full send it and see what they can do early on.
Gunfight wins go their way, but they do not have catwalk control, and you can see Gunny with the shots over the top, and Keza, the team shooting on point now for Unbound as the 2-man situation.
Yeah, certainly. It wasn't long enough in the spawn trap there to kind of give Unbound a massive lead here in terms of kills. They're only a 3, well, make that 4 life advantage now, but Cicada is on a 5 spree of himself that's managed to creep him way through, and he's going to try and stay alive here as he finesses himself around to find his 6. He's going to turn around on a Kitten, but Kitten on their way, and it seems to be working in the favour of Unbound as they manage to clear the zone.